Hey, how's it going, my deadly mercenary family? Cosmic Mercenary bringing you a new video, and today we're going to be talking about how one horrible take can snowball and become too big for its own good. But before we continue this video, don't forget to give this video a like, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Also follow me on my other social media accounts. Don't forget that we no longer stream Super Smash Bros. We are streaming Guilty Gear Strive every Sunday morning, 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. So don't miss out on the fast-paced action of Guilty Gear Strive on this channel. Other than that, let's continue to the video. So last week, the Tekken creator Katsuhiro Harada got himself involved in a very controversial conversation on the one place that is sacred above all else, Twitter or X or whatever that thing is called. Dude, I don't even know anymore. And it wasn't even his fault. Someone on Twitter decided to post this.
The only reason why Eddie Gordo hasn't been revealed yet is because the creator of Tekken are racist and don't care about black characters or dark-skinned people. So it's going to be a while until the real fighters come out instead of this white Latins and Asians at Tekken.
Looking back on this tweet, like a week later, I can maybe see this being like a joke. Ha ha, funny. Ha ha, ha, it's hilarious. Ha ha, Tekken creator racist, guys. I mean, it has to be. I mean, a part of me really hopes it is, because at the moment when I first read this, it felt so serious. But now reading it, it can't be serious, right? Because as you guys all know, there are black people in Tekken 8. Like, it's the starting roster. Like, God. So he has to be joking. This all has to be just one really bad tweet. I cannot fathom this guy actually thinking that there are no black people in Tekken. Leroy from Tekken 7 is back, and Raven from Tekken 5 is back as well. They're back for Tekken 8, and they're starting off in the main roster, so it's like... And there's a new character too, Azucena, joining the roster, and she's Peruvian. King also made it in, and he's Mexican. So I feel like the roster is pretty diverse, especially considering that this game is being developed by Japanese developers. Let's be real here, you know? One has a Japanese scene, a black person, or a Mexican, and you know, it's been a hot minute, you know what I mean? So people started calling him out on his BS, right? And how he's dead wrong with tweets like this. Please don't do this. Bro, Leroy and Raven are right there. What? And more tweets along those lines, like just calling him out that he's dead wrong. So you'd think that after being called out that he's dead wrong, he'd, you know, use his brain and be like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no. He doesn't use his brain. Let me just tell you that right now. He just doubles down with comments to like the first one, like, Leroy should be DLC. I don't even like him. Raven's okay, but I miss Bruce and Armored King. And then you got people saying, just say you want Bruce back. Don't make it about race. And then to the second tweet, he replied, delete Leroy from the game. He should have been DLC. He won't even admit that he's wrong. He just keeps doubling down and just saying that these guys don't count. These black characters don't count. Because that's what I read when I first saw this all happening. That's what I thought. It was like he was just honestly saying that Leroy and Raven don't count as black characters. Now it's been a while, and I, got kind of marinated in my head and started thinking maybe there's an out to this, right? And yeah, there is. I mean, maybe he was just trying to cover his ass, and most likely it probably is this, that he was just trying to not admit that he was wrong, so he just doubling down. But when I first read this, that's how it felt. Like these characters don't count as black characters. So I don't know. That's just how it felt to me. Eventually, the creator himself commented on this thoughtless tweet. Harada himself responded, if you think that you can just claim anything that way and will pass, you're mistaken. Leroy and Raven will kick your ass. Come to think of it, there are no Japanese characters in America dramas and movies that I love, but I haven't felt discriminated against because of it. What do you think is the crucial difference between you and me? I am sure you do not understand. You are not logical at all, and that you are simply a delusional person who doesn't even realize that even if it were an emotional argument, it doesn't make sense. Phew! Harada coming in with the heat. I just love the fact that he said that his fictional characters would still kick his ass. Like, bruh, will still kick the shit out of you. Both Leroy and Raven over here, my boys over here. You know, that's how it felt to me. You teach them a lesson, man. Show them, huh? That's how it felt to me. I don't know. It's like they're fictional characters and just still kick your ass. So after all that, I'm just thinking to myself right now, right? All of this could have been prevented if all he said, if all he had to say, if Eddie Gordo or Bruce Irvin don't make it, I'm not buying the game. That's all he had to say. That's all he had to say. He couldn't even say. He could have said something more controversial, like Leroy is mid, and King, you know, is like, well, I prefer Armor King, or something like that, right? It's just like, I don't know. That's just how I felt. Like he could have said something way else, but no, he made it about race and stuff that don't even make sense. That was like just factually wrong in every sense of the word. Just wrong. I was hoping that this would be the end of the conversation. You know, it would be like a good, cool, like a little comeback. Harada just comes back, you know, with that freaking heat and just cooks him to oblivion, right? Makes him, like, you know, like just makes him regret ever posting that tweet. But no, it sadly, it went far beyond that. Deeper and deeper into the depths of darkness, right? It went from the fighting game community to United States of America politics. Done. Now I know the political climate is just as bad in a horrible place as it's ever been, right? I personally think politics are entertaining because to me it always just seems there's always a motivation for these politicians to do everything in their power. Everything they can do, they will do, except help the people they govern. So that's just hilarious. They do everything with politics except for helping the people. I also think the loudest minorities on both sides are insane, and they don't use their brains for completely different reasons. They just forgot how to be humans, and all they just think about is politics and policy and stuff that, you know, like, they just forget their humanity. They just go past that into virtual signaling or just brain dead idiots that just don't use common sense. That's just how it feels to me. That's why it didn't surprise me when I started seeing comments like this. So all these comments are from, like, someone just posted like a little article on Twitter or whatever. Just said Tekken director Katsuro Harada blasts creator who calls Tekken and its creators racist. Link below. Some people started commenting, and yet, sadly, the GOAT, Hideo Kojima, is rapidly spiraling down with the woke mind virus in an effort to court Hollywood clout. It's so sad to watch. Yeah, because that's such a normal thing to think. You know, we're talking about one situation and you think, but you love Hideo Kojima so much. Hideo Kojima just lives rent-free in your brain, and you have to bring him up on a completely different conversation, homie. That's so cool. He calls him the GOAT, and it's just like, but this guy's going to woke mindset. The GOAT, no, my GOAT. Like, bro, dude, chill, bro. Chill, dog. So it's just like a love-hate relationship you got here with the Hideo Kojima, huh? Just calm down, homie. Just calm down. Or here's another tweet. Japan never played along with this cringe to begin with. In fact, they have to respond to it is a bad sign, as it shows the global homos have started to attack them, which is the first step in global homos investing a given thing. Bruh, you gotta get that global homos out of your mind, dude. This guy just think of one thing and they just stays in their mind rent free. No matter what conversation, they just have to bring it up, dude. Just stop thinking about gay people, dog. Just stop thinking about gay people. If you hate them so much, just stop taking them. Trust me, you'll be 100 times better just not thinking about gay people if you hate them that much, dog. Dude, you got the woke mindset 19 over here, dog. Woke mindset got invested in your brain, dog. That's all you could think about. Dude, Even gay people don't think as much about gay people as this guy, dude. The global homos, dude. Sounds like a band name right there, dude. Guys, so we go from the right just to the complete opposite and the left. Okay, so honestly, there's only one tweet I want to focus on because it just basically summarizes the whole left as a whole. Because although the right has a lot of bonehead, like, arguments, right? Like, they weren't even about the conversation. They were talking about global homos and Hideo Kojima. Nothing to do with this conversation. Maybe the gay furry was the guy that wrote the first tweet. Maybe that was that part of it. But I'm sure he's not talking about those guys, you know? So, the left, though, they're so intellectual. Like, they get so intellectual in their mindset, right? That they just forget to use common sense and common logic. It feels like to me. So, the left conversation is from this tweet, or from the original tweet that Hideo responded to. This take is not logical. It flies in the face of numerous studies that have shown the importance of diversity in media we consume. Harada-san, your sole experience does not refute established sociological study. The reality of anti-blackness being reflected in the media creation. Art reflects reality, and no one is exempt from their internal biases being within the media they create. Trying to use your singular experience to dismiss justified concern over the lack of black characters within the 30 years of your IP has existed in nonsensical, tone-deaf, and pernicious. Sorry, I can't read. Sorry, just letting you guys know. It also further proves that internalized racism towards black people remain a global phenomenon, not just regulated to the U.S. So Hideo Kojima actually replied to this one and just basically said that, what are you talking about? Tekken is all about diversity, you know what I mean? Like he just explains that it's like, we've had black characters. Like, what are you talking about? You could just look this up. And then she gets hit with the one and only community notes that, in fact, there are black characters. There have been black characters in the 30 years. There have been such a diversity in Tekken. Like, it's just astonishing how much the Tekken characters have been very diverse, you know? So it's just like, what are you talking about? And so basically, and then she figures out, one of her friends basically tells her that she's wrong, and she started to post with this tweet. Thanks for the reply. Appreciate the feedback at Harada Tekken. I was informed by a good friend of mine that I was wrong on the number. There has been 8 black characters in your IP series over the 3 decades it's existed, which is more than, say, Capcom has done for Street Fighter, so good on you, I guess. My point using one singular experience to refute facts ethnic diversity concerns in the media still stands, though. Some sources. I'm not gonna start bashing on this person, right? Like, because I know that black people have problems with representation in media. I'm not an idiot, you know. I don't live under a box. Like, those minstrel shows and everything, and then just bringing in black people for stereotypes and stuff like that. Like, I understand, you know what I mean? Like, oh, the tough black dude, or other stereotypes and stuff, like the magical black dude, you know, like stuff like that. Like, it's hard. It's hard to just be a normal character in media being a black person, you know, and I get that. And honestly, I wouldn't even add this part of the conversation to this video if it was against an American developer, because that makes sense. America is a diverse group, and America is very, very close to home, especially as what happened, you know, like just having slaves and stuff like that. So it makes sense. Why? Like, because we live around this. Every day we know that this country was built on the labor that was extorted from this poor, you know, from the poor slaves and stuff like that, right? From these poor people that shouldn't have lived so inhumanely, right? You know, and so I won't even care, because honestly, I don't even know a lot about the subject to put in my 2 cents, because if I don't know about the subject, why should I add to it? You know, I'm not black. I don't experience black prejudice, you know, so why would I add to it when they're talking to like Bethesda or EA or something like that, right? I wouldn't even care. It's not my place. But the thing is that You come over here and virtual signaling, that's basically what you're doing, right? And you don't even know the subject. You don't even know what you're talking about. Tekken is like one of the most diverse Japanese video games ever. You know what I mean? We got Mexicans, we got Peruvians, we got black people, we got French people, we got Japanese people, we got Americans. It's such a diverse group of characters, you know? Just for you to say, oh, you don't have enough black people. I'm surprised there is even black characters in Tekken to begin with, because to be quite honest with you, there's not a lot of black people in Japan. So it doesn't surprise me when Japanese studios don't add black people to their games. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it doesn't surprise me when there's no black people in their games, because there's not a lot of black people in Japan. You know, and again, there is a lack of representation, and I will admit to it. Maybe, you know, on that note, you know, maybe you should, you know, like the Japanese people or the developers should add black people. Again, not my thing to say, not my problem. You know, like you could say that, but to do it on Tekken, to say it to Tekken, to say it to Harada, that has been including such a diverse group of people, and they also speak their respective language. Like when the characters have a conversation, they talk in their native language. Like, it's crazy. And when I first found out that about Tekken, that was so sick. That was cool. And they understand each other. They don't have to translate or whatever. They just talk to each other like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Aquí estamos a pelear. And then you go, ohayou gozaimasu, genki desu ka? That's all the Japanese I know, you know? Or something like that, you know? Like, and they just talk to each other. It's like, it's so cool. I like it. So in order to try to virtual signal to Tekken, though, it's just crazy, bro. This Twitter user could have just said, wow, I was wrong. There are black people in Tekken, you know. I looked into it. I was wrong. You know, there are some diverse group of people here. So, cool. We should add more. I would love to see what else you could bring to the table, right? So, that's all could have been said. But no, I wasn't wrong. There's just 8 black people in Tekken. Just 8. Harada, you could do better. You could do better than that. We can't just, okay, here's our starting point. Let's continue forward from this. I can't wait to see the more different diverse characters that you add to the game. Add more diversity to the game. We want to see what else you got on the table for what Tekken could develop. No, it's always just that, wouldn't be me. So it just pisses me off when left people just start doing, like the extreme left, just start using their mind, their big brain, their better justice. They have a better sense of justice than you. Like when they start doing that shit, it drives me insane. However, eventually just pieced out in the conversation. He was getting too invested and started fighting with everybody on Twitter, and people just told him to stop. So he did just that. He kind of just stopped and moved on. Yeah, I just find this conversation to be funny. I just wanted to bring it up, and I just wanted to show you guys how just one dumb tweet could turn into a real nightmare on Twitter. It's just hilarious. So the Joker was wrong. It's not a one bad day. It's a one bad tweet. So, but what do you guys think about the whole situation? Which character are you excited for? Comment down below. Which one are you excited for? You know, I'd love to hear your opinions and all that stuff. So that'd be cool. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment down below again to let me know what you guys think about the whole situation and which character you're excited for. Are you excited for Tekken 8? That'd be really cool. Also, follow me on my other social media accounts. I would greatly appreciate it. Lastly, remember, guys, Guilty Gear Strive every Sunday morning, 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching. Stay vigilant, and see you guys next time.